Want to see you? Do you want to see you? Does it see the baby? Look how big you are. You got so big. You got so big. Not so big. Show me how big you are. I was a little baby and now I'm big. It's born on the day before Easter. Day before Easter. Here, go sit in the window. Go sit in the window. It's nice and breezy. You're getting so big too. Yes, you're getting so big. Don't bite. No bites. Hi. Hi. You're the cute one. You're the one that gives me kisses, huh? You give me kisses? Aw, yeah. There's a kissy. There's a good boy. There's a good kitten. Good kitten. Hi. Kissy, kissy. What's in the window? There you go. They're going to the shelter on Tuesday. They're gonna get adopted, I hope. Huh. This one's the one I'm gonna miss the most. This is the cutest one. It's a little baby. We can't keep all these cats, Ma. I took care of them it's been 4 months, you know. It's time. My friend's gonna take them. I asked my friend if she would take them and drop them off because I'll just freaking bawl. She said she would. Learn to ask for help. You know it? So. Yeah, well, they should get a. They're very cute. They shouldn't have any problem getting it. They'll spay them and neuter them and all that stuff, and hopefully they'll get good homes. The mom had them on our porch, and I came home from going to the park or something, and she had just had them on the porch, and she's only a year old herself, so she was like in shock. She was just like, what do I do, you know? I'd been feeding her, bringing her inside to let her eat a couple weeks, so she was getting used to it, and then that's when I put them back in the back room, and now it's time for them to go move on. They can't go outside. They can't be outside here. They're too used to being indoors. They don't know about danger. They don't know about the dangers out there, you know? And plus, they're used to these dogs. What if they think all dogs are friendly? You know what I mean? And they're not around here. And they might think a coyote's a dog, and they're not. And it's not safe for outdoor cats where I live. So, Luna, what you doing, girl? Luna. Hi, pretty lady. Oh, I didn't give her a bath. I was going to give her a bath today. Confounded. She's like, haha, that's okay by me. Hello, welcome to my tube. My name's Marge. I'm a Heyoka empath. I just like having these little talks on the way I feel about things. Stanley, you waking up, cute kitty-o? He's sleeping in his chair back here. So today's been a pretty good day, huh, Ma? Nice, mellow, relaxing kind of day. Went to the park for a couple hours this morning. It's a nice day. Then I came home, I meditated for a while, then I went back out again to get us some dinner. I went to a restaurant. I've been there once before, and I just decided I was going to order to go. Dango, you're not going outside. No, you're not. Good boy. I don't get out much. I mean, I go to the park and stuff, but I'm not, I don't get out in public around people a whole lot, you know? And so what I decided to do is to go to the alley cantina and just sit there and order, to go and wait for it and watch some people, right? Because I live in a really big tourist town, huh? People watching. So it was pretty interesting. I ordered our food, and that's what the thumbnail of this video is right in front of me. There are these shot glasses sitting on the bar in front, and I thought it looked neat. So I took a few pictures of those, and it's the thumbnail on the video for today. But ordered my food. The bartender, I guess she's not from around here. I guess she's from England, and she said, I know it was how she says it. She was saying pork, but I didn't hear what she said. She just says it different. You know, I've been all over. I understand how people say words different from Northern California to Southern California. You know, in some parts of the country they say soda, in some parts they say pop. You know, so I don't really. I was never one to think that everybody on the planet has to say, you know, do the same things, right? So I ordered this one dish, and she said it had, I can't remember the word but pork in it, and I was like, excuse me? And she said pork, and then she was like, I don't know why Americans don't understand me when I say, and I said, oh, okay, well, that's what I thought you meant, you know, and she's like, they just don't hear me because of my English accent or something like that. And I was like, honestly, I didn't even know you had an accent. So, but anyway, and then my buddy, he's a bartender there. And so, I used to wash dishes when I worked at Chevy's in the winter to pick up extra shifts. Like I'd work the lunch shift, because you'd actually make, during the winter at that restaurant, you'd actually make more at a lunch shift. And then the evening, I'd take an hour or so off slow in the evening, and then or afternoon. Then in the evening when I came back, I'd do the dinner, wash dishes, right? And so for extra money, and so I know I know what it's like. So my buddy works there, and so I asked the bartender who was working in the dish tank, and she said Rick, and that's his name, but he goes by Turtle. And so I gave him some money to give to him for a tip, right? Because how often do the freaking dishwashers get tips, right? Right. Maybe they'll get tipped out by everybody else, but they don't get their own. And then, so a little while later, this guy walks out, and he's like, Marge, and he's like, thanks. And I was like, Rick? He's like, I said, I thought you were Turtle. And he's like, oh, he just left. I said, because I'd been there an hour. I mean, I waited a long time for my food, I gotta tell you. It's like 40 minutes. But I didn't care, because I even told the lady that. I was like, I don't care, I'm just chilling, you know. But it did take like twice as long as it should have. And I went at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, so it wasn't that busy, you know what I mean? But whatever. And then I gotta change this song, because the tempo's too high right now. So I'm sitting there, and then a couple came in, and I moved down so they could sit together at the bar, and I'm sitting there, and she turns around and looks at me, and I said, would you like me to take a picture? She's like, did you hear me? I said, no, I just deductive reasoning, I got deductive reasoning skills. I'm an empath. I just kind of pick up on things. You know, you guys are on vacation. You know, I mean, clearly they seem like it's like the first time they've ever vacationed together, and they haven't been dating for very long, you know. So I took a couple pictures for them. Act like you like them. Yeah. And then that was to the left of me, and then to the right there was a mother, a daughter, and 2 daughters. The mother was from Alabama, and then one daughter was from South Carolina, the Aries daughter. And then the other sister was from, I can't remember whatever other state, the one that was next to me, but yeah, they were just all, people come here just to freaking look at stuff. It's a trip to walk through these little, a lot of shops. There's like 2 of the main shops that have clothes where they sell like Indian blankets and stuff like that. They just went out of business. And then that couple left, and then this big old biker dude came. He looked like a big old biker guy. And he was sitting back in the corner, and the women were kind of like, you know, like a little skittish, a good word. And he said, "Don't worry." He said, "Don't worry, I'm not as scary as I look." And I laughed. I said, "That's funny because people have often said that I'm scarier than I look." and I said, "Well, because I'm an Aries, probably. It's Scorpio moon," and the girl chimed in. She's like, "I'm an Aries." She's like, "When's your?" No, she said, "When's your birthday?" It's April 9th. She said, April 14th. I said, "Are you scary too?" We're pretty chill, but we just flash. We just black and like throw these like freaking tantrums and then just like, okay, let's get on with things now, you know? Yeah, so today was a pretty good day. That was kind of awkward when that guy came out, though, and it wasn't the guy that the $20 was supposed to go to, but what was I supposed to do? He's like, "Well, I'll pay it forward," and I was like, "No, here." I gave him another 20. I said, "When you see Rick next time, you give him that." And don't think I'm not going to freaking follow up on it either. You know what I mean? So, we'll see. What you can do, all you can do is all you can do. But if she would have given it to him, when I first got there, it would have gone to the right guy. But I think that she... Yeah. Because usually shift changes like at 3. And I got there at 2, but... Oh, well. So what else? Hot talk. Oh, I wrote notes for what I wanted to talk about. A great deception. There's a few of them. I was thinking, I just got like all these epiphanies today. It was pretty cool. Like, this morning, my first one, it was about cell phones and how cell phones are about control. Come here, Tuck. Come here, buddy. You want to go sit in there? Or you want up? Come on. Come here. Oh, I don't know, maybe he's getting a drink. I think he needs a drink first. What are you going in the kitchen for? There ain't nothing for you in there. So cell phones are about control. So, you know, it's all about distracting people, getting people to not pay attention to, like, how things really are. But if you give them things to distract them, good boy, good boy. Then they're not gonna, you know, then chances are they're probably not gonna figure out that life is anything but what they're told it is. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I think about that today, like, all the parents that, like, because somebody mentioned it at the park. He said the worst thing he did, he said, "I wish I never would have gave my daughter that iPad when she was 3. Because then they become reliant on the technology, and they're just always entertained by the technology and scrolling, and it's how they get their stimulation, right? For likes and attention and stuff like that, right? Stop it! Cut it out. Go lie down. Come on. Go lay down. Good boy. Come on. Need help? Come here, Tuck. No, we're not going out yet. No. Come here. Come here. Come here. No. Go lay down. Go on. You can go out as soon as I'm done. You can go first. You can be the first one, buddy. Don't lick on Benny's ear either. Oh, you just walked right into my finger in your eyeball, huh? So the distractions, and that's what I was thinking, because I was over listening to Zach's talk right before mine started, and I'm like, man, these people are really good at decoding stuff, right? Unfortunately, decoding isn't going to build houses for people and frickin' and plant farms. And that's what we're getting to the point that we need to get people to start doing in their local communities. Things are going to get pretty trippy because people have been distracting themselves so much for so long, believing the narrative that has been imposed upon us, that they don't know. And people are so conditioned to just, that whenever they go to the grocery store, whatever they need is going to be there. And whenever you turn on the water, Water's going to come out. Whenever you flip the switch, the power's going to go on, and they keep freaking pushing these initiatives to sell more electric vehicles and things like that. And it's just not, it's not practical. It's not, it's like trying to build water slide theme parks in the desert. It just, it doesn't, there's a place for things, and there's no place for this world for those. I mean, that's why, I mean, they started bombing Syria and stuff again. That's why. Because they want their freaking minerals to make the batteries. They want the freaking lithium to make the batteries. It's always about money. You know, and they just say, oh, well, you can't afford go gas. What, go out and buy a $60,000 electric vehicle? $30,000? You know, oh, well, you can get them for cheaper than that. You can get them for $30,000. There's more people that are freaking, the cracks of society are getting wider all the time. Even the biker dude at the restaurant guy was saying, you know, because I was telling that I like to educate, you know, people how things really are, and I was letting those women know. I said, because they were like, whoa, you know, what's she giving them the dishwasher $20 for? I said, you got to understand, a lot of the support staff in this town, so all the people that, you know, that wash dishes and like do food prep and mow lawns and stuff like that, a lot of them live out there on the mesa. They don't have utilities. They don't have running water, you know? They hitchhike into town. It's a really hard life. And then the biker dude chimed in about, he's like talking about how many, you know, how there's more and more homeless people all the time. And I love that percentage of the population of people that just oh, well, that's their choice. They want to live like that, so it's okay. No. That's like distracted behavior, you know? That don't even dude, being homeless with freaking loved ones and kids and stuff like that is not funny. And I was sharing with them, like, back in the 90s when I was traveling all over California with that credit card gig that Nicole, my practice sister-in-law had me do. Driving all over, getting kids to sign up for credit cards for a bag of M&Ms or a free t-shirt or something. I tell them just throw it away or cut it up, don't ever use it or whatever, you know. But I'm sure a lot of people got themselves in trouble with that. Kids in college on their own. Oh, let's just order pizza, put it on the credit card, you know. But kids back in like 1995, when I was doing that, they were at Humboldt and stuff. They were freaking sleeping in their cars in college to go to college. Because a lot of the landlords, see, everybody's like, oh, the tenants are always bad. No, there's a lot of really crappy landlords. I had a really crappy landlord in freaking Oregon, man. And what do you do? I mean, I don't got the energy. I got life to tend to. I don't got the energy to fight, you know, to get people to do what they should, you know, should do. Naturally, like, you know, make sure that I got running water. Isn't that like isn't that a landlord thing? Is that they're supposed to make sure that there's running water there? It didn't work out for me like that. But no, not all landlords are great. Now everybody wants such fast money. It's all about money. F people, you know, F homes. And I mean, here it's so hard to find a place to live, and it's like no pets, no pets, no pets. And it's just like, but it's $3,000 a month or $2,500 a month. You know, where's the industry? We live in freaking Taos, New Mexico. You know, but it's how it's always been. Is there's people that have been here. It's like, oh, their family has had this house for forever, so they keep it, but nobody lives in it. Doesn't shoot. You know, it's just crazy. So I was thinking about that. If you get, you know, the iPhone, the cell phone, if you give something people that they can have power over, that they could just get on their phones. And when I was at the restaurant today, I intentionally kept my phone in my pocket. I took it out 2 times to look at the time. And one time I was going to send my buddy who worked at that restaurant a message, and I was like, oh, I'll just see him later, so I didn't. But so I could be present in where I was and what was going on around me. And I was just watching everybody in the restaurant. Everybody had their phones out. You know, they're all looking at their phones. Is kind of a trip. So another realization, or another, yeah, it was a realization I had today, is because when I was younger, I was into everything because I wanted to know how everything worked. I was a super beyond curious child. And what I've noticed is now people just accept things. They don't care how things they don't want to know. They don't care how things, people aren't curious anymore. They don't wonder about stuff. They're just like told how something is, and then they just accept that as gospel. And even gospel is full of bull these days. A lot of it. So, yeah. That'd be cool for more people to step back into their curiosity, right? Because that's, I mean, Benny, stop licking. Yeah, if people could step back into their curiosity, that would be great. Their heart, your like how they were when they were a kid, you know, Ma? Not the ones that freaking kill ants with magnifying glasses and stuff like that, but like, you know what I mean, right, Ma? Yeah. You tracking? And then the last one I had a little while ago, I was listening to Zach's talk on gematria news effect, or effect new gematria effect news, and they always talk about the famous people and the stars, and I've thought about that before, is that if you're following the stars, the famous people, you know, maybe you're less inclined to follow the stars, like the astrology, right? So if you let the stars lead you, like the elites and the fame, you know, do what they. I always thought that was so weird. You got a whole group of people who make their livelihood from being a parrot. They regurgitate words written on pages by other people, and they act like other people to present these stories. And they want to do it in a believable way. Right? So that's not really an authentic career path. There's nothing really authentic about Hollywood and production and trying to impose a story and get people to believe something. It's all pretty much bullcrap. And then so these people, they earned all this money and all these funds from, you know, the land of make-believe, the reindeer games. And then something happens, like, I don't know, an election or something happens, and then all of a sudden these people that are just parrots step forward and say, oh, well, you should be for this because I am. And how many freaking mental freaking minis on this planet absolutely fall in line with whatever they're a fan of? With whoever they're a fan of, whatever they say, oh, they're gonna vote for, and it's silly, it's infantile. Yet there's so many people that's how they make decisions based on people that, you know, what freaking Beyonce says or does, and it's like, dude, they're leading your narrative. They don't care about you. You know, these people don't care about regular people. They don't. It's a trip. Hook, line, and sinker, y'all. Hook, line, and sinker. But I follow astrology. I don't follow it. I use it as a tool to navigate through the potentials of the energy. But I use a lot. I don't know. I got my own splash in it as far as like people's psychology, and you know, you can take into consideration how maybe somebody might act based on, you know, how they act, how they did behave on that playground and when they were in school, you know, because a lot of times people, they're still that same person, you know. I mean, how many freaking people in their 60s, 70s, 80s in Congress and stuff like that, they have the same mentality that they had when they're in 20s because they're doing the same thing. They've never done anything different. They've never, it's oh so peculiar. It's oh so peculiar. So I had my first trolls last night. Yeah. It was freaking hilarious. Oh my goodness. I got trolled a little bit when I moved from Oregon from the landlords that I had her friends, but that's kind of what junkies do. But there were a couple people in there last night. I was like, "Oh my gosh. I felt like I had arrived, Mom." People were talking trash to me in my chat. It was so funny. And then I'll look up their channel, because I'm like, maybe this is a really important person and I should listen to the words that they say about me. Just kidding. So, and then I look, and of course they have zero content, they're not saying nothing. They're not putting themselves out there any kind of way. They're just, talking trash about my efforts. Because it's easier to talk trash about other people's efforts when you don't have any of your own. Huh? Yeah. Yeah, people don't like things that they don't understand, that's for sure. That's for sure. They don't like them. What else happened? What else happened today, Ma? Went to the park. Went for a walk a couple times outside. Yeah. It's just pretty much a pretty mellow day. I feel like something happened and I had a story and I can't even remember what it is right now. Yeah, will probably come back to me when I'm done with the talk. Well, I guess it's, when time is all divine. Oh, speaking of time, maybe that's what it was. Is that more and more people are starting to see how weird time is. That time isn't what we have. Time isn't just a number on a clock, right? And I had a pal of mine share something today about time, and it basically just verifies things that I've said on my talks before, how past, present, future happens all at the same time, and that ow, my foot just started hurting. That's weird. No, from like the bone, from where I popped it out before. I wonder if it's like the biometric pressure. Just draw. I don't know. Like when people get aches when it's gonna rain. It's silver, Ma. And there's cloud coverage. I can't remember. But yeah, I was listening to this person's perception on it, because I noticed that before, because I have all these Apple iPads, or I had all these Apple devices, Apple brand devices, right? I had like an iPod, and then I had my phone, and then I have my laptop. And I remember, like, on my laptop and on my cell phone and the iPod, the time would be different on all three devices. And sometimes there would be as much as 20 minutes in between. Even though I would set it so they'd be the same. Right? And like right now, they're both 7:09. Right. But there have been lots of other times where they get out of sync. And I'd look at that as, well, that's the timeline of 7:09. And this is the timeline of 7:37, and they're all happening. And then it's like, which one are you gonna live? Go, and it's choose your own adventure. You go this way, life goes this way. You go this way, life goes this way. It's like a huge Gantt chart, and it's all based on the choices that we make. And people are figuring out, because a lot of times people make choices that are in their best interest, of whatever feels good or gets them the most money, or or whatever. But people need to start making more choices that come from their heart that's going to benefit everybody around. Judah Q1. Yeah. So things are changing. It's going to be the rest of the year is just nuts. It's just I'm just going to look at things as a spectator and roll with the punches, cuz go with the flow, cuz I mean we're got the flooding's going to, it's like Q flooding, and it's always going to be worse than it was. Everything's going to be worse than it was last year. It's just because they know what they can do and how they can mess with people, and they also know that people are just going to sit there and take it and not freaking stand up and do anything about it. So they're just going to keep doing whatever they can. They're just going to, the control freaks. They're just going to keep taking people's rights, liberties away, and telling it's for our, telling everybody it's for our own good. And pretty soon the whole world's gonna be fighting again, there's gonna be another war, and the whole world's gonna be invited, and it's like, what? Just watch the show, enjoy the show, folks. Come on. My tomatoes are growing. I would take this laptop outside right now, but I think it's raining. Well, the one bush it's producing tomatoes, but the other bush is like twice as big, 3 times as big, but it's not producing tomatoes yet. That was sad. That was a sad thing. I was given some starters for these plants, and she said that they were watermelons, but it's a cucumber. And I freaking, it was connected to the plant, and I weed whacked this morning, and I went and got too close to it, and freaking, I was so sad. So my cucumbers, my first cucumber I ever grew, it's just a little guy, but looks like a little pickle. But anyway, I love growing stuff. I wish we could just find a place to live and then have a garden, and then I could make stuff for people in the community that needed it, food with the extra stuff, or just give the neighbors or whatever, have like a fruit stand, then have the locals come through and pick stuff up if they wanted. You know what I mean? And if everybody did a little bit of that, a little trade in here, a little barter in there, pretty much people could have everything they needed. Not necessarily what they want, but this is not the era. We are not coming into the age of freaking desires and wants. We're coming out of that, and look what it's done. I love it when people when these freaking bureaucrats are telling people, like, you can't water your lawns because, water and all this stuff, and you got these freaking millionaires that are flying their freaking private jets like 9 minutes from San Jose to San Francisco, because that's how freaking important they are. They are so important that they don't even drive everywhere. They just fly in their airplanes, and that's bad for the environment. That is bad. I remember when I freaking couldn't. I never could be able. I was able to freaking stand fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger, and he's just a machismo. He's just another freaking meathead. Freaking, I can do whatever I want. Just doesn't have no self-control. It's as evident when his wife left him, because, oh my goodness, the maid's son looks just like you, and he's 16 or 12 or whatever, oh yeah, he's mine, I mean, he's just a scumbag, and and he was the governor of California, and he would fly from Southern California up to Sacramento. And it's just like, you know, don't tell people what they can't do when you're doing way, way, way worse. You know, that's why we don't have any leadership in this country. You have so many people that are telling people what not to do, and they're complete freaking hypocrites. They don't know how to go without. They don't know how to budget money. They don't know how to, you know, because they're too busy spending everybody else's. They don't care. It doesn't impact them. They just get to freaking pick out the most expensive toys and the tile that they want, and, you know, make things how they want on everybody else's dime. And these are the things that are changing. These are the ways in which the world needs to change. Huh. I'm gonna miss you. You're so cute. You're the cutest little one. I'm gonna miss you. It's a little baby. This is what I miss the most? What I miss the most? He doesn't have any whiskers. I think he, like, bit on a cable. Like a cord. I almost think he got electrocuted or something. But ever since he's little, he lost his whiskers and he never got them. You like that? Yeah. So anyway, I think I've run my mouth long enough. He's trying to eat the cucumber. You're chewing on the cucumber? That's a cucumber to you. You're cute. You're a cucumber. Yeah, just a sweet babies. This is sweet babies. He said, give it to me. I'm gonna eat it right now. It's mine. It's my belongings. I got dibs. Yeah? Anyway. I think I've run my mouth long enough. Huh, Luna? Maybe I'll go throw Luna in the bath.
Those look really pretty.
You like those? Alright. That's about all I got for now.